Good morning, children. How are you? I hope you are all doing well. Here I'm fine. So today we have to go to the next online video of part C. So in the first part you have learned that the various theories related to Aristotle, Galileo and Newton has come into picture there. In the second part we have learned what is Newton's first law, few examples. Today we are going to continue with the next part of the lesson, laws of motion in part C. According to Newton's first law, we have learned that a body continues to be in a state of rest or in a state of uniform motion along a straight line unless an external force is applied on a body to change the state. That means a body on its own cannot change its state of rest or state of uniform motion along a straight line. That means all the objects resist a change in their state, or the objects oppose the forces that try to change their state. This property is known as inertia. So we have to define inertia in this way. Inertia of a body is the ability of the body to change by itself its state of rest or a state of uniform motion along the straight line. Thus, Newton's first law defines inertia. So, in the last part, I told law of inertia is the other name of Newton's first law. So, today we are going to continue with what is inertia now. So, we have to remember in such a way, inertia of a body is measured by the magnitude of force required to change the state of the body. Larger the force required to change the state of a body, greater is its inertia. So, it is well known that a body is heavy, the force required to change its state is large. Therefore, inertia of a body also will be large. So, it is children, you tell me which is easier to push a car or a bicycle. Generally, you will tell it is a bicycle. So, when you drive a car or a big truck, which is easy for you to drive a car. So, as you see, three like a cycle, a car, and truck. So, more is a mass, more is the inability of a body to move on its own. So you have to apply more and more force to make the body to move. So cycle having one mass, car is having one mass, whereas truck is having one mass. You have to remember inertia is a property of matter that resists the change in its state of motion or rest. It only depends on mass of an object. So here if you compare cycle and a car will have more inertia than bicycle. If you compare car and a truck will have more inertia than the car. If we discuss some other examples like it is easier to push an empty box than to push a box full of books. The why? Because the box full of books has larger mass greater inertia as compared to empty box. Similarly, when we kick a football, it flies away. But when we kick a stone of the same size, what happens with an equal force? The stone hardly moves. That means the stone cannot move. The stone being heavier than football will have a larger inertia. So we have to consider mass of a body is a measure of inertia of the body. Larger the mass, greater is the inertia. So on the whole, you have to remember what is that? Inertia is almost dependent on mass of a body. That is most important point you have to remember here. Now we have to know what is mass. Mass is the property of an object that specifies how much inertia that object has. Already we have discussed the cases. If smaller is the mass, smaller is the inertia. Larger is the mass, larger is the inertia. So we have to know what is the definition of mass. So it is the quantity of matter contained in the body. So in detail, we have to study about mass in one of the lesson in 9th standard only. But here, to make you understand inertia and mass, I have defined here. So what is the SI unit of mass now? kg. So we have learned dynamic inertia and static inertia. In the other way also you have to see once what are those: inertia of rest, inertia of motion, inertia of direction. So inertia of rest, inertia of direction and inertia of motion. So one after the other we will discuss the examples. First one is inertia of rest. It is the inability of a body to change by itself its state of rest. That means a body which is at rest remains at rest and cannot start moving on its own. Rather, a body at rest opposes the forces which try to move it. So that means a duster lying on the table in a classroom, it will be like that only unless a teacher comes, picks it up to erase the blackboard. If a student comes and picks it up to erase the blackboard on its own, duster will not do a magic to erase the board. That you know pretty well. Now listen. When a bus or a train suddenly starts, the person sitting inside tends to fall backwards. I hope you know this condition when you go in a school bus. The children who are not going in a school bus also, you can imagine when you go to any place out of station, sometimes you will go in bus also. Or this can happen in a car also. This is because lower part of the body starts moving with the bus or a train or a car, but the upper part of the body tries to remain at rest. That is due to inertia of rest. If we shake vigorously a branch of a mango tree, the mangoes fall down. What is the reason here? This is because on shaking, the branch comes into motion, but whereas the mangoes want to remain in the rest. So that is due to inertia of rest. Therefore, the mangoes get detached and fall down. So the case here is inertia of motion. It is the inability of a body to change by itself its state of motion. That means if a body is in motion, remains in motion and cannot stop on its own. If a body is in motion, it opposes the forces which try to stop it. So for example, just I will tell these are for only in movies we observe. What is that? And that heroes will do. If they want to get into a running bus, the hero run for a while and he catch the bus. Similarly, when a hero gets on from a running bus, as he comes down, what he will do? He'll run for a while. So these are the examples I am telling. Just what we observe in day-to-day life and that too in movies. In real life, this kind of acts, please not try to not do. So let us discuss. When a bus or a train suddenly stops, a person sitting inside tends to fall backward. This is the case already we have seen in the inertia of rest. This is because the lower part of the body comes to rest with the bus or a train or a car, but the upper part of the body tends to continue its motion, that is due to inertia of motion. One more example is a person jumping out of a speeding train may fall forward. Why? On jumping, his feet comes to rest as they touch the ground, but his remaining body continue to move forward. So that is due to inertia of motion. So third one is inertia of direction. It is the inability of a body to change by itself its direction of motion. That means if a body moving along a straight line will continue to move along the same straight line, the same direction, unless an external force compels it to change the direction of motion. This comes under inertia of direction. For example, When we travel in a ghat roads, we observe these situations. So ghat road, on a bus or a car, in our Simhachalam, when you go to Simhachalam temple, or when you go to Kailashgiri in our Vizag, or Kambalakonda Hills, or Ramanaidu Studios. These are all the ghat roads we observe in Vishakhapatnam. I hope you have experienced. If not, when you go next time, you experience this. So what is this? When a car rounds a curve suddenly, that means it's taking a curve. Because I told already, this is the situations we observe in ghat road. So when a car rounds a curve suddenly, a person sitting inside is thrown outwards. What is the reason here? Because while the car take a turns, or it may be a bus also, the person try to maintain his original direction, that is going in a straight line. So due to inertia of direction there. I hope you next time when you go, or already you have gone to those places, just recollect those ideas. Okay. When a vehicle passing through mud, the rotating wheels of a vehicle throw out mud tangentially due to directional inertia. The mud guard. What is this mud guard? For the vehicles, we see the mud guards over the wheels. Stop this mud protecting the clothes of the driver of the bike or a motorbike. Why some of the leaves may get detached from a tree if we vigorously shake its branch. So when we vigorously shake the branch of a tree, some of the leaves may get detached on account of inertia of rest of the leaves. The branch comes in motion and the leaves try to be in the position of rest. Therefore, the leaves get detached. So these are the examples where we come across in day-to-day life. And I have discussed all the three types of inertia, like inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. So for assignment, I will give these few situations related to these three types of inertia. We will see who is going to answer those. So in today's class, we have discussed the definition of inertia, how it is related with mass, the definition of mass, and the three types of inertia with few examples. Inertia of rest, inertia of motion, and inertia of direction. So children, I hope you will do the assignment and send to me. Thank you, ma. Have a nice day.